Hi you guys, welcome to a bookish vlog. There's so many things on our agenda for this video. It's been a while since we've talked about kind of what I've been reading. I think the last book that I remember talking about was Phantasma, and I believe I was in the process of reading One Dark Window, but I've read a couple books since that video, so I'm excited to do kind of a reading wrap up within this video. Right now, my current read is Nocticadia, which I started 2 days ago, but I still haven't gotten too far into this book. I will say, I feel like Phantasma has really pulled me into dark fantasy, dark romance, and the darker realms of books. I'm only saying that just because you guys will hear about my reading wrap up. I might do that after I finish Nocticadia, that way I can just talk about all the books that I've finished all at once. All I know so far about this book is that it's a forbidden age gap romance and it's dark academia. That's kind of all I know. I am kind of going into it blindly, so I think once I finish I can give you guys a better summary of what all it's about. Definitely going to be filming a reading vlog for you guys because I feel like I haven't done one in such a long time. Also, I don't know if Rivals has been all over your feeds, like on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. I started watching it and so far I'm really liking it. And I didn't know that it was based off of a book until I did some research on it. So in my mind, that just counts as bookish things, of course. So we're going to be watching some episodes of that. One of my favorite things to do instead of aimlessly scrolling on TikTok or any other social media app, I don't count Pinterest as a social media app really, just because you can turn your brain off and just scroll and pin things. Like, it's a very girly activity to me. It's almost like a digital scrapbook. But my favorite thing to do is finding book aesthetics that I've read or am currently reading and just pinning them. I don't know, there's something about it. I just love envisioning these characters in the world that they live in. I also met up with one of my best friends this past weekend and she gave me my belated birthday present, and it's a reading journal, and that is such a good gift. I wasn't sure if I wanted to buy one just yet, but this is truly the cutest thing ever. And I'm excited because I feel like if I were to do my own reading journal from scratch and draw everything out, I would be so meticulous about every little detail that I feel like it would stop me from doing it, because I feel like little things like that I'm such a perfectionist about. But with this, I love that everything's already laid out for me and I can kind of just add little things to it. I would probably print out the cover of the books and just add a picture, and then maybe, like I was saying, how I like finding aesthetics on Pinterest, maybe printing out an aesthetic and putting it on here and kind of just making it my own. I'm not sure where she got this from, but it is so adorable. I feel like I've seen a couple of these that are similar at Barnes & Noble or just honestly any bookstore that's near you. So I'm so excited to add some of the books that I've finished into this. You can see that I've kind of decorated a little bit of my room. It's going to be coming in another vlog, but I might also vlog me decorating downstairs in the living room and potentially listening to an audiobook. I really wanted to listen to How My Neighbor Stole Christmas, right? Isn't that what it's called? Yes, it's called How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. I really wanted to listen to it because a lot of people said that the audiobook was really good, but unfortunately they don't have it on Spotify and I can't find it at my library. So I may find another one. Don't know yet. I haven't seen any other good Christmas book audiobooks, so I might just listen to a different one, but we will see. long time no talk. I have some reading updates for you that I thought we should go through. I was talking about Nocticadia, and I'm on chapter 24, so I'm about 32% way through. And honestly, you guys, the beginning was rough for me. It was very rough because there was a lot of terminology. Granted, they explained all that in the beginning of the book, and I knew that it was going to be very information heavy. It's not like world building, but a lot of information about the disease. Did I tell you guys what Nocticadia is about? Okay, wait. Let me back up. Basically, I think I told you guys that I didn't really know the backstory of what it was about. I was kind of going into it blind, but I knew that it was a forbidden romance, dark romance, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Basically, they are trying to there's a disease in this world, and that's kind of the premise. It's basically the disease. And with the disease, there's a lot of terminology, like science terminology, that I'm pretty sure is made up. Listen, I was a bio major and I've never heard some of these words. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, the beginning was just really hard to get through for some reason. I think I just wanted them to get to the romance aspect, and that really just doesn't happen until, well, they're not even romantically involved yet, so it still hasn't even happened. But now that I'm like at least 32%, I can find myself like gravitating towards reading the book even more, because I know some drama is about to happen. Like, you know what I'm talking about? You know, when you're finally like, oh, like it's about to go down. That's how I feel right now. So really excited that I finally got over that hump, because I was like, y'all, this is taking forever. But we made it. We made it. And I'm so glad, because it is a really long book. I wasn't expecting it to be that long. I didn't even want to pick up a really long book. So I don't even know if we'll finish it in this vlog, to be honest, because I really want to get it edited and uploaded for you guys. But with that also being said, remember how I said I was going to listen to an audiobook while doing like some tasks like decorating the tree or whatever? Okay, well, not listening to a Christmas book at all, because I just couldn't find one that I liked. There was one by Tessa Bailey that I think I started listening to, and then I just stopped like I don't even think I made it to chapter 3, because I was just like, this is not my kind of book. Where is it? Which one? Wreck the Halls. I was listening to Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey, and let me see, how far along did I even? Guys, I had 5 minutes left of chapter 2. No, it was just not. I was like, no, I'm okay. And I stopped listening to it. Instead, I started listening to Caraval, and it's not because of my obsession with Phantasma, I know, but I've always wanted to read slash, listen to this book for forever. And when I was looking up some audiobooks, it was like one of the first ones to pop up. So I was like, okay, might as well. So I'm listening to it, and I can definitely see some similarities to Phantasma. I will say Phantasma is much darker than Caraval is right now. I don't know if I told you guys, but I'm 40% through Caraval right now. Lighter than Phantasma was, and I kind of liked the darker aspect of Phantasma. It made it more interesting. And I'm pretty sure Caraval is a young adult. Definitely much more mild than Phantasma was, but I think that's why I liked Phantasma though. Like, it was just so gory and interesting to me personally. I know it's not everyone's favorite. I know I keep talking about it. I'm so sorry guys, but I'm so passionate about Phantasma. I don't know why. I love it. I also don't know why I started a series, but everybody makes mistakes. So it says there's no detailed spicy scene, so I'm sure it is, yes, young adult. Oh, it says Caraval is a dark fantasy novel. Maybe I just haven't gotten to the darker aspects yet, but right now it does not seem that dark. Okay, I can kind of see like what they mean. Maybe I'm only thinking that because I know Phantasma was darker. Anyway, sorry. I know I keep bringing Phantasma up in every single topic that I talk about, but I'm trying not to. With all of that being said, hopefully all of that made sense when I'm editing. I also got a new pop socket because if you've been watching my other videos, I previously had a big white heart that was much bigger than this, and now that I have like a small circular one that's normal sized, it looks so weird to me. I think it's still cute. I got it from Amazon. I will leave a link in the description if you guys are interested. But I feel like the green and the red is kind of giving Christmas. I don't know. I was thinking about maybe making a Kindle cover for the Christmas time, but I'm not sure yet. I don't know yet. I'm not gonna hold myself to that. Also have not decorated the Christmas tree yet or showed any clips of that because long story short, we've always had a Christmas like skirt, but we recently wanted to get a Christmas collar that we just found one that was on sale, I believe at Michael's. Because of that, we already like put the tree up, but I'm pretty sure we need to pick the tree up to put the collar around it, and I don't want to pick the tree up with all the ornaments on it, so I'm kind of waiting until I have some help to do that. I think those are my updates for right now. Okay, so I was gonna do my book journal. As you can see, my books right here, there's something wrong with our printer, so I don't even know if we'll be able to do it. I might just fill it out and then stick the pictures on for later, but that's just not that fun, to be honest. And while I was going to do this book journal, I was going to watch Rivals and wanted to give you guys an update on that. I am only a little bit over halfway of episode 5. I do want to preface that the romance is definitely a subplot of the show, but I do love a show with drama, and that's exactly what this show is. It is serving all of the drama. In the beginning, it's a little bit slow. It is very scandalous. Like, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like who is going to have an affair with who? Like, I'm trying to guess because everyone is having an affair with each other. It's the most craziest thing, honestly. Yeah, just waiting for my printer. See if it works. If it doesn't, then I probably will not be doing that in this video. If it doesn't end up working, I'll probably just end up filling it out without the pictures, like I said, and maybe I'll fill the pictures in when I'm doing it on my own time or include it in a different video as an update. I did want to give you guys an update of what I have been reading, starting with One Dark Window. Oh my gosh, I loved this book so much more than I thought I would, and I think ever since I finished it, I have been thinking about it and loving it even more. So much so that while I'm reading my current books, I cannot help okay, period. But these are so much larger than what I was expecting. But I think I'll just put it on a different section. And I'm also wondering why the second page never printed, so that's cute. Okay, so it started randomly printing and it started working. I think my brother did some sort of magic. I don't know. He's great at doing stuff like that. But while I was talking to him, I ended up cutting out basically everything that was on those sheets of paper. I kind of have them placed like this, just unglued, just so I know kind of where all everything is. But I believe I was talking about what was I talking about? I was talking about One Dark Window and how I kept thinking about Two Twisted Crowns while I was reading Nocticadia, or just like my current reads in general. I've just been wondering, like, dang, what are they up to? Like, I need to start Two Twisted Crowns, so that might be the next book that I start after I'm done with these 2 books. If you've watched any of my previous vlogs, you'll know that I picked up A Vow of Revenge on a whim. This book is basically about an arranged marriage, and honestly, I eat that plot up every single time when it comes to mafia romances. It's probably one of my favorite tropes. Basically, her dad arranges a marriage to her soon-to-be fiance. Her fiance ends up dying in a car crash, and so she was like, oh, all is well, goes to this academy school, and on the first day of class, he shows up alive. Really good, honestly. It's nothing mind-blowing, I will admit, it's nothing mind-blowing, but if you love a mafia book and a mafia romance, you're gonna eat it up just like I did. I also wanted to mention that this is an interconnected series, so this is the first book. The second book follows the main character's brother and a little spin-off of their story, but with me, for some reason, when I read an interconnected series, it takes me a while to read the second book just because I want to get into the right mindset when I'm reading about them, because in my head I feel like I'm just reading about a side character's plot that I don't care about, but I want to see them as the main character. I don't know if anyone feels like that. A lot of the times when I'm reading that character's book, I'm only thinking about the main characters from the first book, so I might just hold off for the second book a couple months from now and then get into it once I forget that they were the main characters. That way the side characters can definitely be the main characters of their own book. That's my review. Next we have one of my favorites, Lights Out. If you are alive and well on TikTok or any other... What the fuck? You are alive and well on TikTok or literally any other social media app, you will know how viral this book has gone. Mainly the audiobook is actually so good. They do such a great job at portraying the rom-com aspect in this book. Basically about the two main characters, Allie and Josh. Josh posts thirst traps while wearing a mask, and Allie is eating them up, basically. That's kind of all I want to say because I feel like you should so go into this blindly. But I will say that you should definitely read the trigger warnings. They are listed on the first few pages, so I definitely take a glance at those before you start. Otherwise, if you really like Butcher and Blackbird, I have not read that yet, but I've heard that if you do like that book, you will love this book. I think I gave this 4.5, maybe 4 stars, only because of how the story turns in the second half of the book. I don't want to ruin anything without giving anything away when it comes to the plot, but I will say once Allie's family gets involved is kind of where they lost me a little bit, but overall I was eating this up. You had to grip this book out of my hand. Also, when I picked this book up, I realized, and also the book that I'm reading right now, which I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I'm so drawn to books that have skulls in them, and I don't know why. Again, I'm pretty sure this fascination started with Phantasma. Most of the books that do have the skulls on them that I've picked up, I kind of knew the premise of what the book was about. Kind of just knowing that they're all dark romances. I think that's just the phase that I am in right now. Also saying that just because I really want to read Kingdom of the Wicked series and I picked up the first copy. I've been honestly itching to read it just because I've heard such high praises about it. I also don't know if I should go into it blind or kind of know the backstory because I truly don't know what it's about, but I just feel like all or any covers that have a skull on it so far have been elite. All of them, every single one. I just wanted to give you guys a quick recap of all the journaling that I was doing yesterday. Everything is pretty self-explanatory, so I don't really have anything to explain, but I did want to note that the favorite quotes and highlight section, I don't know if I'm going to put anything in the highlight section besides if I really liked the book that I might put an aesthetic picture down of like what the book reminded me of. Otherwise, probably will keep it blank because I have no ideas. If you have any ideas, please let me know in the comments. Same goes with favorite quotes. I do have favorite quotes for some books, but I just didn't want to do the whole thing yesterday, so I think I'm gonna go book by book or page by page of which books I really loved and have actual favorite quotes of, and then put them in here. But I might do it in a creative way because honestly it looks so boring. But I just wanted to get the basics down on each page, that way I have creative freedom to make it look prettier than it really is. Honestly, that's the only recap I have to give. Like I said, it's very self-explanatory of what I did. I did run out of my little two-sided tape majig thing and I couldn't find any glue sticks, so that was cool. I never got to finishing Nocticadia or Caraval. I am almost halfway through both, but I will probably end up finishing it in another vlog. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you watched all the way to the end, leave skull emojis. Way I know that you watched all the way to the end. I'll see you guys in my next vlog. Bye guys.